Hi, I've been asked to put together a bit of a core workout for the local rugby club. So here it is. Obviously, it's intended for people who are already exercising, so don't do this if you're a complete beginner. And always best to look through some exercises first before you join in so you know what to expect. Make sure that nothing hurts while you're doing it or stop immediately. Most importantly, I'll be saying I'm adding on, which means that I'm increasing the difficulty of the exercise. So if I say adding on and you're already finding it difficult, just stick with that level and do more of those until I change the exercise. Or if you're getting really tired, just pause and take your natural rest. And the next time you do it, maybe try and do a few more and you'll gradually build up. So here we go. Let's have some fun. So we've got our rugby ball. We're going to just start to get our hand-eye coordination going a little bit, just get the reflexes going, and we're just handling that ball. Let's take it down a little bit lower. Let's bring it up a little bit higher and down again. Fantastic. How high can you go? How low can you go? Do you need to look at the ball? Oh, I hope I don't drop it. And down again. Okay, so from here, let's swing that ball. Let's bring it back and up. Let's change hands, back and up, alternating from side to side. That's it, just getting that nice swinging action with the arms, opening up the shoulders a bit. Then let's stop at the top and let's reach that arm down to the ankle and up again. That's it. Just getting that nice bit of opening of the front of the shoulder as we reach and stand up, looking at the ball so the neck is involved, and let's change sides. So start from up, stretching up tall, reaching up, bringing it across. That's it. Stretching up and over. Fantastic. Bring it down again. From here, can we curve ourselves over the ball like we're protecting the ball? And then can we open our heart and chest into the ball as the elbows draw back? And then can the spine round around the ball? And then can we stand proud? Lift the heart, lift the gaze, lift your hips, and then let your hips sink. Maybe your tail rounds a little bit. And then you stand up. Last one. And coming down and stand up. From here, we're going to open up our legs and we're going to go back to that exercise of reaching up, but this time we're going to let the opposite heel come up. So we get a really nice tall reach, come down and sweep up again. So we've got a little bit of explosive force coming out. We're driving out of this leg. A couple more on this side. Great stuff. And then we're going to change, go for the other side. So we're up, we lift that heel, reach up tall, come down, and then drive up through that leg. Great stuff. Warming up the leg, warming up the spine, warming up the core muscles. Okay, so we're here. Just going to start to alternately tap our ball. Hold it somewhere where it's a challenge to you. So lower is easier, a little bit higher, around about just under your heart maybe is a bit more of a challenge. Then we're going to go lighter on our feet. We're going to get a little bit speedier. How fast can you go? And release. Take the ball behind. So now we're going to tap the ball from one foot to the other. That's it. Curl your toes over the ball so your foot gets a bit of a stretch. And then going from side to side. And again, going a bit faster. Can you hear a beat on the ball as you go? And we're there. Finally, can we circle that ball around the leg? Coming around. And the other side. Round the leg. Coming around. If you're good at that, can you keep it up? Have you got the balance to do 3? Maybe practice more on your own. Coming round. Fantastic. And you're there. So I feel a little bit warmed up. My heart rate is raised up a bit. We're going to come down to the floor. And the first exercise we're going to do is called roll-ups. So from here, the legs are long. We're hugging the legs together. We're laying down. We're reaching the ball up and overhead, only as far as you don't start arching your back. So keep your back nicely into the floor. So you might have to stop there. From here, you're going to follow the ball and roll up. and come back down again. If this is a bit tricky, you can reduce the level a little bit by bringing a knee to your chest, reach the leg out, come back down again, and alternating legs. If you're finding this easy, I want you to come down slower. So you're coming down slowly to the floor, release, coming up slightly slower, reaching past the feet, and then taking that, hugging the legs, rolling down. If you're finding that easy, you're going to come up, you're going to pop the ball into the knees, tap the feet to the floor, hold on, and tap the ball to the floor behind you. Come up, between the knees, tap the feet to the floor, and up, and then tap the ball behind. If you're still finding this quite easy, you're going to come up, you're going to tap the ball to the floor between your ankles, come up, and then reach out. And if you're still finding it easy, the whole of yourself reaches out and comes in, and the whole of yourself reaches out and up. Stick at the level that works for you. Okay, last one, and up we come. So from here, we're going to go into our side lying staggered leg lifts. I've aligned my ankles, hips, shoulder, and I'm looking forwards and I'm placing my hand under my head. The ball is somewhere in front of my belly and I'm pressing the ball down with a straight arm, flat palm. I'm going to pick up my legs, place them slightly in front of my hips. From here, I'm going to reach that leg long, lift it just to underneath my hip, and then hug the other leg, hold and release. So we're going float, hug, and down again. Notice my leg is staying long, the top leg. Fantastic. Now, if you're finding this easy, you're going to go to the next level. So from here, you're going to put the ball on the side of you, release your head. One leg comes up, you hug, you come up to reach, and back down again. The ball naturally is rolling as I'm hovering my head and my shoulders, coming back down again. If you really want to challenge, you come up, you hold, turn your palm up, and you're trying to lift this arm off of the floor and down. This is tough. Up and down. Last one. Up and down. And we're going to take that to the other side. So we just spin round, lay ourselves down, align our ankles, hips, shoulders in a line, support the head, pop the ball somewhere in front of your belly with your hand pressing down, arm is straight. Pick up the feet, put them in front of your hips. Okay, from here, level one, lift, hug, and lower. And coming up, hug, and lower, and up, hug, and lower. Adding on, for those that are finding this easy, releasing the head, come up and hold, and you're rolling the ball as you're lifting your head and your shoulders, still lengthening that top leg away, lengthening your crown away, and you shouldn't be holding your breath. If you really want some punishment, you're going to hold and you're going to hover that arm up and release, and hover up and release, and hover up and release, and you're there. Okay, so from here, we're coming into our high kneeling position. We're holding our ball in front of our chest. Now we're going to go from kneeling to getting up into a squat position, but we're trying to keep the pelvis below the ball level and the ball stays where it is. So let's come up with the right and come down with the right. Let's come up with the left and come down with the left. So we've got right up, right down, left up, left down, right up and down, and the left. Now keep going if this is your level. If not, you're going to come up, you're going to touch the ball, come down low and get back down again. You're going to come up, you're going to touch the ball, come down low with the pelvis and get back down again. One more each side. Up, touch, back and down, Last one on the left. Up, touch, back, and down. Fantastic. Great work. Okay, so we're going to do some front support work, but I just want to show you something to work on your front support, to get into your front support. If you lay down on your back, hands are above your shoulders with your palms flexed, reach through your heels to lengthen your Achilles tendon, so your feet are standing on an imaginary floor underneath your feet. From here, lengthen the back of your neck. Feel your body is long. Feel how you slightly hug the floor with the ribs around about here, keeping the neck nice and long. Keep that feeling inside your body, and then see if you can turn over and if you can flip it onto your front. If you're finding this hard, you're just immediately going to lower down onto your knees if you can't get that position. If not, then we're going to come up. So first level, either on the knees or up, whatever's good for you, is to guard the ball. Come down on the right, come up on the right, come down on the left, come up on the left. Okay, so you're going to keep alternating from right to left. If you're finding this easy, then we come down. We take the ball, we reach it up, we reach it down, and then we come back up again. We come down, we get the ball, we reach it up, we reach it down to thigh height, and then we come up again. We come down, we reach it up, we reach it down, and we come back up again and come down, reach up, reach down, and come back up again, and you're there. Okay, so from here, we're going to go into twist. So I'm going to show you the easier variation of this. You're going to take your ball, and it's going to help you to keep your head and back of your shoulders lifted. So you need it somewhere where it's just supporting you a little bit in the head up position so you can see your toes. The crown of your head is pointing up towards the ceiling. From here, we can fold one knee in, fold the other knee in. Okay, so the first level is just to tap the floor and change, and change, and change. Finding that easy, reach the arms out, reach the leg along, and change, and change. Still finding that easy, hands behind the head, take the elbow to the knee, and change as you're rolling round from the ball, from side to side. Still finding that easy, or you've been practicing for a while, we take the ball, we come back, we hold the top of the ball, and we twist from side to side, just past the hip, tapping the ball to the side, and maybe we hover the knees up a little bit, the feet up a little bit, and some of you are already familiar with this. Last couple, and we're there, stop, and release. Okay, so from here, we're going to go over onto our fronts. We're going to get the ball and we're going to place it between your ankles. So it's probably easiest if you're sort of slightly on your front already, and then you place it between your ankles, then you lay down. We're doing skydiver. So I've got my knees open, wider, the sort of shoulder width apart, holding that ball. Make sure you're happy with where you've got it. If you need to adjust it, adjust it. Okay. I've got my arms open, palms either side of my face in a W position, and the head is turned. Okay, so first of all, I can just hover my chest, keeping my arms down, and come back down again. Now the key here is you're not pushing it into your back. The contact surfaces are the front of your hips, your lower ribs, and you're not arching your back. You're just hovering, shining your heart forwards and up, and the head is following. If that's easy, the arms can follow and come back down again. If you're still finding that easy, you can have a practice of hovering the legs first, just a few inches off. So I'm reaching the knees away, hugging the ball as I go, and I just get that hover, and then add it all together. I turn, I hover like a skydiver, and then I release. Keep breathing naturally. You're not holding your breath. Obviously, I'm talking, so you can hear I'm not hovering. You can count out loud if you need to. That's it. And release. Last one. and release and take hold of the ball. Come up and just stretch that out a little bit into child's pose. Have a wiggle. Make sure your back is happy. Okay, our next one is that we're going to go into a little bit of a crouch position. So the easiest way to find your position is you're on hands and knees. Bring and walk your knees towards your hands with your toes curled under. From here, we're going to do a ball guarding first of all, just to get into the motion. So you're going to swing back so that you're trying to get your heels to the floor and then slowly let your knees come down to touch. Now this just might be a challenge for some of you already. Some of you might be tight in your hips, in your ankles, in your back. If you're finding that's okay, around about halfway, you could tap the ball from one knee to the other. If you're still finding that is okay, you could come back, you could take your ball, you could drive it up, reach up, come down, place the ball, and slowly lower back down again. So let's go for a few more of those. Coming up. Now my ankles or my heels go all the way to the floor. Yours might not, they might hover, but you can still drive up, get those heels down, and then peel them off as needed. Just takes a bit more balance. So again, and the flexibility will come. Let's go for two more of those. And last two, so stand up and come back down with control. And last one, up we come and back down again. Okay, so this one's going to be a bit of fun. We're going to stay in our hands and knees position. Now, the goal of this is to have the ball on your back and to actually keep the ball on your back. Whether I do, who knows? Okay, I've got my toes curled under and I'm going to hover the knees. So I need to keep the knees low. If they go up high, the ball's going to go. I'm going to come forwards two. I'm going to come backwards two. Come forwards two and come backwards two. You can see that the ball is rolling already just through the motion. That's normal. It's not going to stay completely still. I can take it into drawing a box, coming around. That's it. Woo. Here it goes. If you're really struggling and it's no good, you can start by tucking the ball underneath your jersey so you can just feel the ball behind you and you can try and keep it level. So by that I mean if it's here and it's in my lower back arch, I can just feel it and I can try and support it, stay lifted. And obviously now I don't have the balance element and I can move and it can give me some feedback of what my back is doing, keeping it nice and extended. So from here, if we need to add on, practice that one box and the other. But if we need to add on, we could come up, we could walk the arms out, legs out, we could lower ourselves down to the floor, come back up again, hover, go forwards, walk the legs out, lower down to the floor, come up, hover, walk 2 steps back. From here, reach out, lower to the floor, come up, hover, walk forwards, and last few, reach out with the legs, lower to the floor, come up, hover, and come back again. And we're there. Take your ball out. I was wiggling out already. Okay, so we've done our spider crawl. We're going to do 10th exercise now. We're doing a bit of rolling. So this is good fun. It's all about controlling your roll, but it's all about making yourself into a ball so you don't hurt your back. Your back, if you feel it clump, you're keeping it too flat. So lift your heart over your knees and then try and curl the bottom and round the bottom of your spine. Look at your feet, and then if you hook your feet off, you'll roll into your back, come back up and land gently. So we're going to do a few of those. No clumping. Oh, there we go. Misjudged it. That's all right. Your body will learn. And coming up. If you're finding that easy, you can transfer the ball between your knees. Reach your arms long. Feet are already up. You're going to roll back, roll up and hold. Roll back, roll up and hold. Doing a few of these. That's it. You're just trying to play with what speed you need to get you back up to balance. Last couple. And avoiding any clumping going around. That's it. Keeping yourself round and release. Just relax your legs for a moment. That's it. Hugging the ball often gets your inside thighs feeling a bit tight, so just ease those out. You're doing great. We're really great. Okay, so from here, number 11, we're going to put the ball at the side for the moment. We're going to have our hands just behind our hips and our feet on the floor, somewhere where we're comfortable, and we do a little test coming up into a tabletop position like so. Okay, so if you're happy, pop the ball into your front of your hips and you're going to cradle the ball. You're trying to keep the ball nice and high, and then alternately you want to tap as you're cradling that ball, nice and controlled. See if you can keep it in the middle, tapping from side to side, keeping the pelvis high or just under the knees. If you're finding that easy, you could take the ball, you could tap it down to the floor, reach it up, and then you can try and kick the ball and then come down, roll it under to the other side and lift it up, come down, tap, hold it up, kick, roll it back under to the other side, find it, reach up, tap, hold, kick, and roll it to the other side. Last one, reach up, kick, hold, and come back down again. Bit of fun with the ball there. Okay, so here we go for some dead bugs. So we're going to lay ourselves down, holding the ball in front of our chest, fold our knees to our chest and feel our back against the floor. The neck is long. Get our breathing and slowly reach your legs away only so far that your back isn't arching. Your knees are on top of your hips, and you're going to let the ball reach as the opposite leg extends out and your arm touches the floor. You're trying to keep your hips facing up towards the ceiling, your heart, trying to keep yourself laying into the floor, not arching off of it, nice and heavy. Breath is flowing. That's it. Now, initially, the opposite knee can come towards. It makes it easier. Yeah. Then, to make it a little bit harder, that knee stays over the hip as you reach out with the opposite side. So it's going to stay there and staying there. That's it. Last few. Doing great. Nearly there. So this helps with your obliques, helps keep you an idea of where your center is. And when you're ready, drop your feet down, roll to your side, and come back up again. Okay, so from here we're going to do some reverse crunches. So there's 2 levels again. Just work with what works for you. I'm going to place the ball between my knees. I'm going to come back down again. I'm going to bring the feet off the floor to start, and then hugging the ball, I'm trying to peel my pelvis off and bring the ball towards my nose and slowly lay it down with control. Laying down, keeping my breath going, rolling up, hugging the ball and laying down. If that's too easy, you guessed it, transfer it to your legs straighten up, point your toes, really reach your legs up on a high diagonal. However, if you're doing this for the first time, I would have a wall behind you. What I mean is around about here, so you can't keep going and your toes can touch the wall and they can naturally stop you so that you don't go and flip over and hurt your neck. That's it. Last one. Reaching up and back, lowering down with control. Follow the ball and you can come back up again. Okay, so number 14, we're up. We're doing some reverse lunges here. I'll turn this way for a second. So we're going to lunge back and hold, keeping the ball nice and high at chest level without dropping the chest. So the ball's looking forward, the chest is looking forwards, and we're tapping the knee back behind us, somewhere where we're comfortable to reach. Ideally, there's that feeling of sitting back and down. So we're really activating the legs, the back of the legs. And then if you're finding that's okay, you can start to tap, alternate. So you're tapping down and up. So here, I'm going to work that left leg first of all. And again, I'm going to use that idea of driving up. Last one. Okay, and then I'll go to the other side. So from my reach position that we warmed up, I'm going to come down to tap, come back up again, down. That's it, keep going. We did 6 on the other side. That's it, nearly there. And here comes last one. And we're here. Okay, last few are a bit of fun. Well, depends what you classify as fun. So we've got the ball between our hands. We're on our hands and knees. And we're going to be coming up into bear. I am going to get quite breathless with some of this work. Okay, the idea is you're going to try roll the ball to your foot. And then moving around, you're going to try and roll that ball to your hand. And then try to the other foot. And then roll it forwards again. So you're moving around wherever that ball goes, particularly with a rugby ball, all over the place for me. And I'm just rolling it, bringing it in. That's it. I might challenge myself by going a bit forwards. I might be rolling it a bit back through my bear crawl position. Okay, if some of you are finding this really challenging, forget the ball. Just have it somewhere like you're protecting it. Come up and just start by walking your hands, walking your feet. Walk your opposite hand and foot. And then start to walk back behind the ball and forwards. But it's way more fun if you can start to play with the ball a bit and start to get it transferring between your hands and your feet. Great work. Okay, we're on to the last exercise. From here, we're going to do a little bit of a modified Turkish get-up, I suppose. I'll face you so you can sort of see what I'm up to. Laying down. I've got the ball at its end. I've got it up above my shoulder. I'm going to bend the same side knee. I'm going to roll to my side, flip that leg behind, and I'm going to come up, stand tall. I'm going to keep that reaching up. I'm going to come down to my knee. Now, as I come back, that shin's got to flip forwards, and I've got to reach my legs out. So up I come, trying to make it smooth, easy. That's 2 and 3. We're going for 6. And down. And 4. Nice and fast. You want to get off that floor in rugby. 5. And down. Last one. 6. And down. Okay, let's swap sides. Take a moment. Get your breath. Make sure you've got the same size knee bent. Reaching that arm nice and tall. Compose yourself when you're ready. Here we go. 4. 1. And down. 2. Drive up. There'll be one side that's better than the other. Most people have that. Still keep it smooth. I think this is 4. And down. 2 more. And 5. And down. And last one. 6. And come all the way back down. You're there. Good little ball. Well done. Pop him to the side. Take a moment to stretch yourself. See if you can reach a little bit further than you did the last time you did this. Open up your legs a bit. Reach one leg long. Reach the other leg long. Reach opposite hand to heel. Opposite hand to heel. Great stuff. Turn onto your side. Have a bit of a quad stretch. So our heart rates are up. We need to just gently let our heart rate come back down again. Breathe in through your nose. Sigh out through your mouth. And a couple of breaths in each of the positions. Come onto your back. Pop your leg over. Hug your knees to your chest. Let your pelvis melt down into the floor. Your hips go heavy, your back feel wide and lengthened, your knees in the center of your body. Swap sides, go for the other side. Fold and center up, and then hug. Couple of breaths, remember. That's it. Roll onto your side. We've got to do the other quad. We've done our buttocks. We've done our quads then. We're doing our back as we go. Great work. That's it. Heart rate is coming down. Good stuff. And release. Come up into a side sit. Hold onto your head. Have a little bit of a side bend with your hand on your head. Just let your pelvis follow the motion. A few on one side. Breathing in and out. Great stuff. Swap those legs round. Onto the other side. Hand on top of your head. And a few this way. Listening up with one ear. Let the body follow. Listen up with the other one. That's it. Great work. Up onto our hands and knees. Step our hands forwards just a little bit. Curl under. And we'll go into a down dog position. And we'll breathe. Trying to lengthen the heels to the floor. Trying to look up and back. Reach out of the arms. Fantastic. Come forwards. Lunge forwards. So we stand that leg up. Have that foot in front of the knee so it can accept your weight more easily. Look up, keep your hips high. Open your collarbones, breathe. Great work. Come back again. Go to the other side. Don't worry, we're nearly there. Just getting that heart rate back down again. Easing forwards, lifting the heart. Sitting on the front heel to get the pelvis low, only as low as that other hip feels a bit of a stretch. And release. We'll come up, we'll open up the legs, lunge to one side, reach up and over. Should feel a stretch down here, maybe down the side. That's it. Only go as far as you're comfortable. Up and change. We're nearly there. Reaching over. Great stuff. And release. Interlock your fingers. Heart to the sky. Shoulders open, nothing forced. Lengthen out of your feet. Lift your gaze. Breathe. Breathing should be really coming back now. Fold your knees a bit. Hug yourself and lean back. You should feel a little bit of a stretch between your shoulder blades. Couple of deep breaths. And well done. We're done.